it says I'm live, and let me go do this over here really quick so I can do the 2 clocks here. Should I wait till it actually clicks over to 8, or should I just go ahead and say let's go? Oh, wait, why not? Why not? Aloha. Okay, there's people here. Actually, I saw that there was people here already because I clearly left a comment. Well, you know what? Here, let's just go ahead and start the timers. And everything's rolling now. Okay, let me get this like that. Let me see where the comments are. Now that they're coming in, I have to. Okay, Coverick 13. Hey, how's it going? You were here early, weren't you? If you're still here. Hey, Rob, Ben, how's it going? Elijah. And what, do Ben and Rob not like each other? What? Hey, Ben, aloha. Yes, there will likely be finger tracing at some point tonight. Hey, there's another Ben. Benjenium. Hey, Nasal Penny, how's it going? Hey, Quan, how's it going? Aloha, one and all. And yeah. And I figured it was probably something like that, but it's just I can never tell. So what shall I start with now? Well, you know, why don't I go ahead and start with finger tracing? Well, you guys can ask me questions, and let's put the beard brush aside. We will get to that. And I know what you mean, Rob. Don't worry about it, man. Okay. Let's just got some. Okay, here we go. Here's our Labradorite. Is that what it was? Okay, anyway, so here we go. We're going to do some, I guess, just tracing around the edge of it. I don't know why I like using this for the tracing thing so much, but it just seems to work for me. See if this will work without me triggering off the, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm always fearful of the gesturing nonsense of the camera getting misinterpreted. And over and down. And over and up. Let's do numbers and letters, shall we? Let's start with numbers this time. So we'll go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now it'll be the letters. A, B, C, D, E, G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z, or Z if you prefer. Okay, let's put this, I might come back to this later, possibly, maybe. We'll see. Let's set that there. And you might be schizophrenic. I don't know, maybe it could be that my fingers leave sufficient, something on that stone that it picks up in the reflection. I don't know. Have I missed any? Okay, what's going on here? I missed some comments. WWE. You're welcome, Saya. Actually, you should thank my parents, I suppose. Is that Manji? Hi, Manji, from California. Yeah, where is MSE? Ring the bell. Right. Looks so soft. I don't know if I got that. Yikes, 6 shots. Okay, right on. The eternal MSE. I've always been there about that. Well, so far the night's going well. Jaruso or Jarusoa. Well, I hope that's Jarusoa. Is that close? I hope you have a good night. Thanks for coming to the stream. I probably will say it. Oh, thanks, Ben. I'm glad you liked the mind test. Well, Saya, I guess that makes us even, because you guys are become my pretty much Saturday night now. So I guess that puts us all in good company. My week has been pretty good, actually. I did some gardening. I think I showed you guys last weekend, last Saturday night, the plants. I didn't get them in till was it Monday morning or Tuesday morning? I don't remember. I didn't get them in Sunday like I had planned, because stuff just came and got in my way. But I did get them all in. And yeah. And I'm still having problems. I'm trying to keep cats out of the garden just because they keep trying to use it as their litter box, and it's not the best for my flowers. So anyway. Hey, Victor. I've been good. How have you been? You haven't been by in a while, man. Or have you just been quiet and I haven't noticed? Yeah, I got, let's see, what is new in the garden? The plants that I just put in, there's 3 golden yarrow. I put in another coyote mint, which they make little purple flowers. which I don't have any purple flowers yet. I put in another monkey flower, which is, I think I showed you guys a picture of that with the yellow flowers. What else did I put in? 3 of the golden yarrow, 1 more coyote mint. Oh, 1 more regular yarrow, which is just a white flower thing. And then the monkey flower, which is yellow. Oh, and I put in another fuchsia, so that'll be red. And then I'm trying another passet, seeing if I can get the buckwheat. That's the red blooming buckwheat, which is actually makes these kind of white, pink, red kind of puff balls of flowers. They're tiny little puff balls. They're only like, about that big. But yeah, so that's been. Well, I'm glad you came by, Victor. Oh, the only reason I don't do TikTok is I just don't really spend any time over there. Let's see, TikTok is no, you know what? No, the reason I don't use TikTok, I was thinking of Twitch there just for a second. I don't use TikTok because I can't. I haven't been able to, I gave up a few years ago now, but it was several years ago. I did have a TikTok account for just the briefest of moments, and something went wrong with it, and I kept trying to get it fixed or whatever, and I couldn't get, well, whatever, anyway, so I just decided I would try and make a whole new identity, and they said, no, you can't use that, you have to, because we already have your email, so I said, okay, let's, make the one that already exists work, and I just couldn't get it to work, but it didn't matter how many emails or whatever I sent to somebody or waited to hear back from or whatever, and I finally just threw up my hands and said, forget about it, I don't know. So that's why I don't use TikTok. I have been thinking about doing Twitch. I think a lot of people suggested that I did Twitch, because that's where Twitch is where all the gamers go, right? Yeah, anyway, I don't know. Math lessons with Bill. Yeah, see, the thing is I've been so far away. I mean, I might go back to doing some kind of math stuff in the future for videos. I don't know, maybe. I'm hesitant now just because I'm so busy with other things. I don't need another project on my plate just now. And I'm not going to do it off the top of my head, mostly just because I haven't really done math seriously in like 20 years. You know what I mean? I mean, I occasionally will read stuff and I'll watch videos now and again. And, especially, Mathologer, he's really good. I like him a lot. I think he's probably my favorite math guy that's on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know, maybe someday, I don't know. Did you ever get it resolved, Rob, or did you just bail on the TikTok thing like I did? I think the stream's going okay. We're only, not even 20 minutes into it really yet, so it's going okay. And, I think what I'm going to do is let's do, how about I do have some bad news. I don't have a mason jar because they're all, I might as well give you guys the spiel on the mason jar. So one, I'm not sure of where it's at. I think it's just needs cleaning is what it is, and it's probably in my box of dirty dishes. But I kind of have this bussing tray that I keep my dirty dishes in, because I have to take them upstairs to wash in the kitchen upstairs, because I don't really have a functioning kitchen down here. I just sort of have, whatever, it is what it is. Anyway, so I don't have a clean mason jar. They're all in use. I have one of them, I'm trying to make a SCOBY for a kombucha. One actually houses my ginger bug, and one I'm trying an experiment with. I'm going to try to make a ginger bug soda, like a ginger ale thing, but have it be unflavored basically. So just ginger bug water, and I'm going to cut the sugar. Actually, I've already done it. I cut the sugar in half, and I'm going to see if it'll just make basically, like a ginger bug version of a club soda or something like that. And the idea being, my dad likes to dilute sodas because he finds them to be too sweet and whatever. So anyway, so if I figured like this, I could get him to have, essentially next to free club soda to do with his sodas, so they could stay fizzy as opposed to being, being less fizzy if he just uses water. But that way it also, gives them an opportunity to ingest probiotics. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, also, so the upshot is I have everything. All my mason jars are being used. So I was thinking, well, here, let's just give it a go. See what you guys think. How does this work? Clearly the pitch is different. I think I like the mason jar version better, but I think this might do in a pinch tonight. Well, anyway, what do you guys think about that? Okay, hang on. I've missed some comments. Interesting. Well, yeah, I do YouTube for the money, but yeah. Victor, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I suppose I could look at it trying to get a thing on TikTok again, but hey, doggo. Thanks for letting me know, Rob. So you pretty much had the same experience I did. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Ben. What the brief time that I did spend on TikTok, I didn't enjoy it. The only reason I really went there was because of I was interacting with Ailey, who was the person behind Air Light, which I don't think she does anything anymore. Actually, I'm not even sure how safe she is at this point, because she's Ukrainian. She lives in, well, obviously Ukraine. So I don't even know if she's, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Sounds like a UFO. Yeah, it's kind of the vibe I get out of it too. I really like it though. Instagram, yeah. Okay, well, I will probably revisit that later, as well as the finger tracing in a future segment. Oh, I was going to go play some Mastermind, but I think I'll wait till the next segment. So I guess what I will do is I'll just keep doing the jar thing here for a minute or two, 2.5 minutes. What is my take on Putin? Yes, there will be mic brushing later. I don't want to get too deep into politics, but I don't care for Putin. I think he's pretty despicable. But, that's just me. Yes, I'll do Mastermind after this first break. So if you can just stay awake for like another 20 minutes, you should see plenty of Mastermind. How about that, Victor? It's the social media hood. Interesting. I hadn't really thought about doing another mic brushing video. I could absolutely put it, here, let me add it to my notes of my scheduling notes, because I do try to actually think about this lately. Do I have the scheduling thing? Where did it get to? Oh, here, let me go back to here. Go to there, come on now. Where did it get to? Did I misplace it? Oh, here we go. And brush trigger video. All right. I put it in my notes. Let me see what I have. Have I scheduled September already? escape. Don't do that. Yes, September is pretty much planned, although, you know, I could swap this out instead. So I will undo this, and I will do, oops, there we go. It's time for me to go to take my break, but yeah, anyway, so I'll do that. I'll do that, and then I'll be right back. How's that? Okay, so where am I at? Oops, I put that away. There we go. Here we go. All right, now I have to scroll up because I've missed a bunch of comments. Or at least I've missed a few anyway. Okay, yeah, so yes, Rotting Fawn, I will be doing a trigger video next week, actually. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to do next Thursday, I just sort of had a placeholder in there, so I took it out, and so I'll do a brushing video. Wow, so you came from Russia. Interesting, Ben. Do you have any affinity towards it, or is it just like where you were born? You know, Victor, I don't even really watch that many YouTube shorts, to be honest. Well, actually, that's not true. I've started watching them a bit more lately, haven't I? So, yeah. You know, but I kind of feel like I get to see TikTok anyway, just because other people just repackage them for for YouTube. Probably Facebook and Instagram, I imagine, as well. It seems like there's a lot of people doing, you know, covering all their bases in that manner, which, you know, I probably should do as well, but... Well, I'm glad I could help you there, Dragon... How should I say that? Dragon Woer? Well, I'm glad I could help, man. So, yeah, there you go. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. For 20 minutes. No, I just take breaks every 20 minutes for just a minute or two. It's because I have a bad back and I need to stand up and kind of stretch and that kind of crap. Okay, looks like somebody retracted their comment from entertainment television. So anyway, okay, so I said I was going to play Mastermind after that thing, so I will. Hey, Bushwhacker, how's it going, man? And I am well, I hope you are as well. Okay, so here, let's go do this. Let's do that. Let me move this out of my way so I can see the full thing. Okay, and, oh, okay, so that's not to do this. That was the game I played earlier. Right on. Well, I hope everybody gets a good rest there. Hey, James, how's it going? All right, here we go. We're going to test the red. Test the red. Red is in the game. Let's introduce and test the blue. So blue is not in it, and red is not in the right spot. So we'll try one of the remaining 3 spots and test the yellow. Okay, one of them is in the correct spot, one of them is not. It can't be the red, right? We've been through that a gazillion times. I'm going to say let's keep that yellow for the moment. I don't know which of the 3 it is, but I know it's one of those 3, and red has to move. So now let's add in green. Okay, so did I guess right on this yellow? If I guessed right on that yellow, then green goes here, red goes there, and something else goes there. So let's see what happens. However, if it's not that one's right, then I'll have to figure something else out, right? Okay, they were right, but pink is not in the spot, so I guessed right on the yellow, which put those all there. And now we're just tracing down the... Nope. Let's put in the black one there. Okay. Yellow, green, red. Nope. Green, red. And now let's put the yellow over there. This should be it. And what do you know? Let's do another one of those. There we go. All right, so red is not in it. Let's try blue. Blue is not in it. Let's try yellow. Yellow is not in it. Let's try green. Green is in it. Okay, so let's put a green one there. Now let's introduce the pink. Pink is in, so let's keep a pink there. We don't know which of the 3. I guessed right on the green, so lucky that. Let's introduce the white. Okay, not so lucky on the placement of the pink, but that's all right. We'll just move it over 1. Keep the green where it was. And now I'll introduce... Well, I'm going to go ahead and just introduce black, because I don't know for sure where the pink is, and I'd rather just work that out, and I have plenty of spaces, so... And okay, so we know that the black goes there. Oops, we know that the green goes there. We now know for sure that the pink goes there, and the purple goes here, and this should be the whole thing over with. What do you know? And, okay, here we go. I don't think I get the is rotting. I don't know, I don't get it. Anyway, you guys can chat amongst yourselves, I suppose. Alright, so we do have a red. We do have a red and a blue, and I guessed right on the red. Oops. Now did I guess right on the blue? We'll find out. Nope, not so much. And yellow's out as well. And now let's do this. Nope. Still no green, or still no new colors, I guess I should say. So red and blue go there. Let's stick in the pink. Okay, we have a pink. I'll just stick the left-hand one there. Let's add in a white. Okay, white's it, but it's not there. So we're going to flip the white and the pink, because we already knew about the red and blue being where they go. And there we are. It's done. Hey Silas, how's it going? And no red. And there is blue. And there is yellow. So let's see which of those 3 spots yellow is in. Okay, not in that one, and there is no green. And then now let's do pink. Okay, there is no pink, but we got yellow in the right spot, so let's keep the yellow and the blue there. Hey, speaking of Ukraine. And we'll stick in the white. Nope, no white. Okay, I will now go ahead, because there's no ambiguity about the blue and the yellow, I only have the 2 spots left. It has to be those 2, so it's either like this or those 2 flipped. So it's going to be those 2 flipped then, isn't it? Ding, 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 ding. What do you know? Oh, you know, I don't know. So you're telling me you're taking honors geometry. I'm assuming that that's a, hey, Kate Manda, good to see you. It's been a minute. So that makes me think you're taking a high school geometry class. Is that right? I don't know. I'll have to give it some thought. Like I said, I just haven't been doing math in a serious manner in a long time. You know, if you wanted to suggest topics, I'm not going to promise that I'll make the video at this point in time, Victor, but if you'll suggest topics specifically of what you would want covered, I will consider it. How about that? And I'll actually consider it. I'm not just going to, give you lip service and blow you off. I'll either do it or I'll, apologize and explain to you why I'm not doing it. But so let's see. It's just the beginning of September, so you've probably barely gotten into it, yeah? And again, I can't stress enough that it's been so long since I've done math. You have to just bear that in mind. I mean, the most difficult thing I did with math, actually in the past several years, is I helped my niece who just graduated college. I helped her get through her calculus stuff because she did some science classes. Her major was forensics, like crime scene forensics, right? Like, like CSI, that kind of thing. And all right, so I got the green in there. Let's stick in the pink. And green isn't where it's supposed to be, so let's move the green, put the blue back where it goes, drop in the white. Nope, but I do have green and blue where they go. So now, again, since there's no real ambiguity about everything except for whether or not these guys are this way or flipped, and they're going to be flipped. And there goes that. And there we go. Okay. Just finished angles. All right, cool. That's ASMR. Yeah, see, that wouldn't, I don't know. I don't know. That seems, I mean, I don't think I could make ASMR, yeah. If I can do that until he runs out of ideas. All right. Let's see what we got here. Well, I guessed right. No blue, but the red's in the right spot, so, well, no yellow either. Let's introduce the green. Hey, we do have green. I think after this one I'll do some with some duplicates. Although I don't know if I'll stray into doing any of the more, like the longer ones, like the 6 or the 8, because it seems like the last one I did, where I did do whether it was a 6 or an 8, I don't remember, but I just remember it was a lot harder than I thought. Or that I was expecting it to be, I guess I should say. And it seemed like I spent a lot of time just scratching my head staring at it. I don't know if that makes for good ASMR. Or, even just basic entertainment for that matter. However, here we go. This should be it. Okay. Walter White ASMR. I like that. No. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I'd have to be massaging my cheeks all the time. Okay, so let's go back to here. Let's allow duplicates, and let's see what happens now. And where's the time? All right, I still have some time to do this. And then after that, I'll probably go back to do some triggers and then maybe come back to game playing after that. I don't know. Ooh, 2 yellow. So let's see where these go. Okay, well, the 2 yellow, we know for sure where they go now, don't we? And we know the green has to go over here somewhere. Let's throw in the pink. Nope, but now we know that green goes here for sure. Now we'll throw in the white. Hey, what do you know? We got it. Hey, Manny, how's it going? Hey, Braden, how's it going? And no red. What about the blue? Thank you, everybody. Blue. Nope, no blue. How about the yellow? Nope, no yellow. How about the green? 1 green. How about pink? 1 pink. How about white? There is white, but blue will have to go there. Let's move the pink. The green stays there. Let's add the black. Nope, okay, so we know that green goes here. We know that white goes here. So now that leaves only pink to go there and black to go there. And voila. Still a little under 4 minutes to go. Yeah, let's play a few more of these. Oops, why do I keep clicking that? I don't want that. I don't want that. What am I doing here? There we go. And red's not in it. Blue's not in it. Yellow's not in it. Green's not in it. Why should it get all the way to the end? It'll be all 4 purple. No, there's a pink. Okay. Wow. Pretty surprising pattern, I suppose, yeah. All right, here we go. One blue. How about some yellow? Oops. All right, there's a couple of yellows. All right, okay, so I'll just put that one in for one of the red one has to be one of the yellows, but one of the yellows goes there, and then now the blue moves one, so now let's introduce green. So the other thing I'm sure of here is this one there. Everything else is up in the air. All right, so which ones is it? Let's say it's this yellow and this blue, and then I will flip the green and this yellow and see what that gets me. Nope, that made it worse. Okay, so let's put everybody back. Blink, blink. And let's flip the green and the blue. How about that instead? What do you know? You know, Kate Manda, I'm not sure. I don't think I have. Oh, hey, Ben, how's it going? I'm doing well. How about you? I didn't see your comment there. You know, I don't think I have. I don't know. Maybe. If I did, it didn't stick in my memory. Well, no, this one allows for duplicates, right? So I'll go back, right? Because see, this one I can check that or not check it, right? And that'll let me have duplicates. So the normal old-fashioned version of Mastermind does not allow duplicates. It's supposed to be, you know, each color occurs once. But this version of it does allow for the duplicates. Plus, this version allows for me to have 6 or 8 as opposed to just, well, I guess the other one was 5, wasn't it? And YouTube's trying to tell me to insert ads right now. It's like, dude, you just not, they just don't pay attention, do they? They just don't pay attention. It's like, I'm gonna put the ads in. I do it manually. And actually, this next break will be an ad break because I do them every other. For those of you who are new, I do it's like there's a break timer, which is 20 minutes. Since every other one of those will be an ad break, and then the other one is for the full show. Products on my beard. I basically just shampoo and condition it. Once in a while I'll put coconut oil in it if I feel like it's getting, particularly dry. Or sometimes if I'll get dry skin or something, so I use coconut oil for that. That's about it. I just treat it like hair. Hi, Abby. How's you going? Hi, Abby. How you doing, Abby? Oh, I get it now. That's what he meant when he said slang for your girlfriend. Duh. All right. I was like, what in the world are you guys talking about? Anyway, so, oops, it's been completed. So you know what? Now let me finish this, and then I'll, let's see, where are we at here? Red, yellow. Let me stick in the green, and then I'll take my break. And then we'll get situated after that. Yellow, red, white, nope. Okay, yellow. It seems like I've had a few of these now where it's, I'm going to do it backwards this time just to see what happens. Nope, see, that time I should have kept it. I should have kept it the normal way, huh? All right, doesn't matter. There we go. Okay, gang. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. This is going to be an ad break. So for those of you who do still get ads off the YouTube thing, I'm preparing you now. So turn down your volume or whatever it is you need to do. Okay. Let's come back to here. Yep, I am back. Okay. And let's see, what do I want to do next? Let's do some trigger stuff for a minute. I'll probably do some more Mastermind in a bit. But let's do some not beard brushing. Let's do mic brushing first, and then I'll do beard brushing. So we start with that. We'll just start with basically not anything fancy, right? We're just brushing on a mic. Switch over to the other mic for a bit, shall we? And since I'm kind of leaned over here anyway, I might as well do a little bit of the whispering thing over here while I'm doing the brushing thing over there. This is always such an awkward thing as far as... Sorry about that. As far as... I feel like it's a bit like patting your head and rubbing your stomach thing, right? You know what I mean? I don't know why my brain just couldn't think of those words for a minute. sort of like if I'm whispering over here, brushing over there. I think part of the thing is that it's difficult for me to see the brush in my peripheral vision if I'm not, turning my head. It's like if I look over there like this, but then I feel like I'm not on the mic, you know what I mean? So anyway, it just seems awkward. But nonetheless, I think an okay thing as far as sound goes, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to switch now. And I will, let's do it this way. Brush over there. Now, while I whisper over here. Brushing over there. 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 While I whisper over here. Got some new comments. Do I have a favorite music genre? Yeah, not really. There's things that I kind of fall into, like, that I get in the mood for certain things, you know what I mean? But, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know, harmonics, how's that? If I have to pick a genre, I don't know if that really counts as a genre, but there you go. There's a screwball thing to say, isn't there? But, I guess what I listen to a lot of is probably the most frequently is, I like old, like, 60s and 70s rock, like think Hendrix, Zeppelin, that kind of stuff. I listen to a fair amount of that. But I also listen to a lot of jazz fusion, so like everything from, Bitches Brew from Miles Davis to, I don't know, pick something else, I don't know, Return to Forever, or, who knows. Okay, hang on a second. Do I plan on making more show and tells? Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, it's just a matter of finding the stuff and then, figuring out a reasonable way of actually making it be, I don't know, something that I think will be entertaining or interesting. But yeah, there'll probably be more show and tells. I just don't know when. But probably like, I don't know, maybe if I start thinking about it now, maybe I can come up with something and maybe have it out next month. I don't know. So I'll think about it. If you show up next weekend, remind me, and then maybe I will have thought about it some by then, and maybe I can think of a day or something like that. Do I have any favorite TV series? Well, when I was a kid, Star Trek. And then when I was a younger adult, Star Trek. I like a lot of sci-fi stuff, although a lot of sci-fi doesn't stand up well over time, does it? I mean, you look at old sci-fi and it's cheesy as hell, but Star Trek to a degree is cheesy as hell, but I just really like the stories. What else did I like as far as TV goes? I mean, usually when I watch TV, I'm mostly watching it for, just to sort of zone out, you know what I mean? Hey, Annie, I like your font there. That's really groovy. I really like that. Yeah, cool. Anyway, welcome. Glad you made it. Let's see where have I... So yes, there will be show and tells. I will eventually get to that. The beard brushing, right? TV series, right? I was already talking about that. Is there anything else I want to add to the TV series? I really liked Doctor Who with David Tennant. I mean, I like Doctor Who in general, although I haven't been watching it for, I don't know, several years, I guess, but for a while I was really very much into Doctor Who. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so let me get back to the mic brushing. Favorite movie of all time? Actually, I need to give you three because I can't pick. I get this question a lot, so it's down to three movies. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and The House of Flying Daggers. Those are my three favorite movies. And The House of Flying Daggers is like the biggest percentage of why I really like that movie so much is that it's just beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful. Does it ever rain in the mind test world? That's a good question. I don't know. It hasn't ever rained on me. But again, I'm in creative mode, so maybe it wouldn't. You know what I mean? I think maybe there's a lot of stuff that gets turned off so that, like, do you really want to be waiting around in a rainstorm if you're trying to build things? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Kung Fu Hustle. There you go. I used to be quite the fan of cinema. I used to go out a lot and watch movies frequently. I was a big fan of Hitchcock. In particular, like Rear Window, To Catch a Thief. Well, I guess those are a couple of Grace Kelly ones, yeah. I also like Vertigo. That's a good one. Rope is good. Well, there's a lot of them are good. So where's the clock thing? There we go. Yeah, I still have time. You know, thinking of House of Flying Daggers, I also really liked Crouching Tiger, or Hidden Dragon, or is it the other way around? And Hero. I liked those movies a lot. And I'm brushing over there now. I don't know that I've seen Iron Giant. Have I seen Iron Giant? That name seems really familiar, but I can't bring anything to mind. The Avatar movies. I saw the first one. I really pretty much enjoyed it. I haven't seen any of the other ones. So I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I mean, I liked the first one. Yeah, you know, Rotting Fun, I don't, to be honest, I remember enjoying Avatar, but I don't really remember the story well enough to address any things about the plot or anything like that. I can just tell you that I remember thinking that I enjoyed myself, you know, so I don't know whether it would have been over visuals or not. Although I suppose the visuals are, yeah, I mean, I guess they were pretty groovy, weren't they? Back over here then. Do a little bit of switching, you know, we don't want to have everything all on one side, right? Switch, and I'm gonna not entirely switch, but I'm gonna do some brushing on the end grain of the good old piece of wood. How about that? Because I quite like that sound. Could you show us the frozen burritos? Nope, I don't have any left. Do I have any wrappers left, or would they have gone out in the trash already? I think they're gone. Just trying to think of where. No, I don't know. So sorry, yeah, I can't. They're all gone. I had them. Actually, in truth, I ate them, of course, but I also, the last time I went to the store, didn't buy any new ones. So there is that. And I'm out of milk, so I'll have to go to the store tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe I'll remember to get some. If I do, you can remind me. Maybe I'll. Now, is this just a point of trivia, or are you just fascinated by burritos, Ben, or are you just hoping for? Is that a sideways way of getting me to do some crinkling? Because if all you want is crinkling, Ben, I have the big old bag of crinkling stuff, so I will be getting to that at some point. But peanut butter and jelly burritos. You know, I have had. I mean, if you want to call it that, I mean, I guess it would be. Most people would probably call it a wrap. Let's do this way. Where you just take I just took a flour tortilla, like a rather large burrito-sized one, right? And just spread some peanut butter on it, and then put some jelly on top of that, and kind of rolled it up. And because I was out of bread, and I wanted a peanut butter sandwich, so I thought, well, a tortilla is basically bread, just shaped differently, right? Yeah, I thought that might have been the case, Ben. So, you know, when I come back from this next break, I'll break out the bag of crinkles. And then I'll come back and do some more stuff with the chunk of wood later, and maybe the beard brush. How much time do I have left on this? Oh, it's almost getting time. We're inside of 2 minutes now. But this is just a regular ad, right? Yeah. Or not a regular ad, regular break, excuse me. There is no ads this break. There will be ads next break, though. I like doing these short little brushing strokes now and again. It makes me think of somebody trying to clean stuff off of, like, you know, some kind of archaeological thing, right, where they dig it out of the ground and they're trying to, you know, brush all the stuff out of it, you know what I mean? I don't know why, but it appeals to me. It appeals to me. Anyway, let's keep going. We got a minute left. Less than 30 seconds left. Okay, looks like another comment. Yikes. Hey, Joe Datu, hope I said that right. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your horrible day at work. Okay, gang, we'll pick up the conversation back up in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go stretch my back out for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are. Let's see about the comments. And all right, nobody. I shall not pass. Damn, McDonald's, yikes. Well, they get those lines, don't they? Anyway, okay, so I did promise Ben that we would break out the bag of Crinkles. And I do have to say that once in a while I do enjoy McDonald's. I mean, I did have McDonald's on my birthday because I was just in the mood for a Big Mac, you know what I mean? Once in a while I just get in the mood for a Big Mac specifically. Okay. Pull everything out. I will make a pile on this side. moving to my right side, and I use them all. So here, this is, what is this? This one. Okay, these are all various bits of bubble wrap. And actually, let's just start with this one. Okay. I'm going to start with probably the, okay, hang on a second, what I missed. Let's do this one first, just because I like this. Wow. I've never worked fast food, so I mean, I suppose the closest thing to fast food I ever worked was I worked at Circle K convenience store, and we had, like, you know, the nachos and those hot dogs that roll on those cylindrical heater things, you know, they just roll there all day. It's like, yikes. It was pretty horrible. You know, this one's not doing it for me tonight. Let's move on to, I have several little bits of bubble wrap here. Here's a small one that I can kind of get my hand into. Here's a bigger one that I can kind of get my hand into. I have to be careful about how I use them, because if I gesture oddly, the camera might think I'm trying to tell it something, and then it'll do one of its, either the follow my face or the zoom thing. Okay, hang on a sec. That. A slime ASMR thing? I'm not sure I get what you mean by that. Well, you know, UTC-7, I hope I can too. Yikes, 10 extra creams and sugars, that's insane. You know, I've never had a McRib. Those fries have crack in them. I might as well do a little bit of whispering here and there. Whisper. I do some crinkling. So whisper. I do a little bit of crinkling. Okay, let's move on to some more stuff. This is more just small bubble wrap. Yikes. This looks like the same size bubbles, but just a much bigger thing. Oh, wait a minute. What did this come from? What was in here, I wonder? I don't remember what this was, but here, See how far I can go. Well, I can't quite get my whole arm in it, but there I can get quite a bit of my arm in it. Oh, stop that. Stop, stop, stop. Go back. Turn off. Thank you. Jeez. No waving to anybody. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, no one doing this. Don't do that. I like this idea now of the kind of well, I'm glad you like it, Ben. I know you enjoy a good crinkle. Obscene amount of video games, yeah. Okay. Now let's, oh, here we go, some more pouches. But this is a larger bubble wrap, and this one is smaller bubbles, but it's in paper. So it has the added layer of the paper, not just the bubble wrap. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Kate Manda. Okay, now what's next? Oh, yeah, some more of this. Piece type of this. I don't know if you can make it out, that kind of wavy shaped bubble. Let's do a little bit of movement, yeah. A little bit of movement. A little bit of movement. Just a little bit of movement. here's with these bigger pieces. No McRibs in Sweden. McHerring. Oh, this is left over from my pile, isn't it? Which I still have more. Well, I keep buying things, and things come wrapped, and other people in the house buy things, and they come wrapped, and so I've just been kind of hoarding it, you know? Are these more or less all the same kind of? What do they do? There's a significant difference in chamber here. I'm kind of thinking just doing this thing again. Bill the Tapper. That's funny. Yeah, let's put that one there. How's that? Put that one there like that. Ooh, wait a minute. Let me try this. I'm sure I've done this before, but it might be fun nonetheless. Here you go. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Was that too loud? And here's this one. Okay, where about that? There. There. Hopefully I didn't peek out too much on everybody. Thanks, Kate Mama. Almost 37. Yeah, I know, it's getting pretty good, isn't it? It wasn't that long ago that I crossed the line into 30, so I don't know. I think it's a good thing. The channel seems to be growing. Wow. Okay, you know what? We're running out of time, so I will save this one for after the break. After this one, I'll go ahead and do now because I like this big heavy one, and then I'll do a little bit more crinkling when I come back from the break, and then I like those lower crinkling sounds a lot. Okay, in roughly 30 seconds, there will be another ad. Yeah, I agree with you, Ben. I really like this one. Okay, I guess I'm going to take a break. I will come back and I will do a little bit more crinkling, and then I'll move on to some other triggers, or maybe, yeah, actually what I'll do is after I'll do a little bit of crinkling and I'll play some more Mastermind. Anyway, so I will be back. Oops, wait, remember, this is an ad break, so turn your volume down. Okay, I am back. And yes, we can have more crinkles, specifically this one. Actually, no, I'm going to come back to this one, because I did save one more bag. I quite like this bag too. It's nowhere near as low, but it still has kind of a different character that I really like. Yeah, there will be more brushing later. If you didn't get an ad, then that's, yeah. Maybe they just didn't do it. Oh well. Super Friends. I remember that. The Hall of Justice and all that. I used to like those cartoons. I was a fiend for Saturday morning cartoons, which I think that was, nothing unique about that. I think most kids are fiends for Saturday morning cartoons. I don't know, do they still do Saturday morning cartoons? Since there's not really much in the world of, scheduled TV, really. How many people actually still watch broadcast television? I mean, that are here in the stream tonight. Do any of you watch broadcast television? I watch some material that comes from broadcast television, but I don't actually watch anything televised over, or even for cable. You know what I mean? Well, thanks, Ben. I appreciate the sentiment of that. Okay, let's get to the other one. I like this one a lot. Let's do this. All right, I want to go play some Mastermind for a minute or two, just because, why not? Oh, hang on. Yeah, man, I remember, man, that was a huge scene. It was a huge, huge thing. Right, yeah. Cartoon Network was kind of okay. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go back over to here. And let me move this out of my way so I can actually see what I'm doing. Here we go. Let's go back to here. Let's take this off. We'll just play the normal version. Okay, well, you know what? I will have to make a video that's like that, Caveman. I'll think of some way of... So for the next crinkle video, I will feature them. And let's stick in the yellow. No. Let's stick in the green. Yay. So red, blue. Let's take the left-hand one just because. Try pink. Nope. So let's put the green one there, the red one back there where it goes, with the blue one as well. And we'll add in white and see if that gets it. Yep, what do you know? Okay. Okay, this game is Mastermind. It's actually Mastermind online. So everybody guard your eyes. I'm going to shrink this down. Well, you know what? No, there should be a link in the description. How's that? I was going to show you the thing here, but I don't like going out of dark mode because it just is too irritating. But it's, yeah, I'll make sure that I put the link in the description. It might even already be there. Do I want to look for that? Yeah, let me go just look real quick. What am I doing? Where am I at here? You need to go look at the live thing, dude. Live thing. This is saying here. Yeah, it's in there. It's in the description. Sorry for all that. I just got obsessed with it there for a second. So there's a link for the game down in the description. And it's called Mastermind. Anyway, so let me go back to what I'm doing here now. Instead of looking around for other things. Some days I just get so distracted and yeah, that's true, MSC. That's absolutely true. Aloha, Ben. Get a good night's sleep, man. I hope to see you in the next one. And we'll do blue and red. And then we'll say yellow. Hey, what do you know? I got the red and the blue in the right spot. And now I guess I'll put in green. And no red and, or excuse me, no green, but red and blue stay where they're at. And let's try the pink. Okay, pink's in it. I'll just stick with the left-hand side for the moment. Let's stick the white over here on the right. Nope, but I did guess right on the pink. And let's introduce the black. What do you know? We got it. Okay. Thanks, Javon. And thanks for coming by, checking out the live stream. And how much time do I have left? Okay, I'll do this another couple of more games here. And then I'll go do some brushing, I guess. So, you know, I haven't done the beard brush, so maybe I'll do sort of a little combo thing of brushing, beard brush, something, I don't know. And so we know that the yellow goes there. Now let's bring in the green. Nope. So let's move the blue over one more again. Let's keep yellow where it goes. Let's add there. We also now know that blue goes there because there's nowhere else for it to go to. Now let's stick in the white. Okay, we'll pick the left-hand one to start with. Throw in the black. Nope, but we'll switch them and then that should be fine. Well, that should be, it is. It's the logical result, man. There we go. How do I feel about lizards? I think lizards are fine. I mean, there's probably some I should probably avoid, like, you know, large monitor lizards or Komodo dragons and those types of things, because I don't want to get bit or anything, but, you know. We occasionally get little tiny lizards around here in California. When I was a kid, we used to always go out into the various parks around. Like I have like little creeks in them, or like little bits of nature, you know, kind of on the outskirts of town kind of thing. We used to go looking for bluebellies. All right, so no green, and blue and yellow are not in the right place, so let's throw in pink. All right, well, I got blue and yellow in the right place anyway. Let's throw in the white. Well, white's in. Now let's add the black. Nope. So it's going to be the purple. What do you know? Cool. Thanks for the lizard, man. Yeah, let me just play one more, and then we'll go do the other thing. Yep. Yellow goes there, blue goes there, or maybe not goes there, but hey, what do you know? It did go there. Let's throw in the pink one and see what happens. Nope, no pink, but I did guess right on the green. So these are all where they need to be. Let's add the white one. Nope. Let's try the black one and then put all these back where they go. What do you know? There we go. All right, that's enough of that, Bill. Let's go over here. Put that back onto that. There we are. Full of water. All right, you know what, let's do some more brushing on that good old chunk of wood. Drawing in paint with the colors you got. I'm not sure I remember which game that is. Do you remember the name of the video? Because I'm not sure which game you're talking about right now off the top of my head. But, you know, if it's a game, I could easily revisit playing a game. Drawing in paint. Let's go back over here to this one. Codebreaker. Oh, Codebreaker, that doesn't work anymore. That's why I switched to using the Mastermind, because the Codebreaker will no longer work in my browser. So I gave up on it and found this version of Mastermind to play instead. Oh yeah, we did. I did talk about the garden a little bit earlier this morning. I did plant all the stuff that I showed off last Saturday is in the ground now. So it's 3 golden yarrow, another new coyote mint, another new plain yarrow, a new sticky monkey flower, a new, did I say the fuchsia already? California fuchsia. And of course the red, I think it's red blooming buckwheat. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Blooming red buckwheat. It's a California buckwheat, but it has pinkish reddish flowers. Oops, and the thing went again. All right, I will be back. This isn't an ad break one. This is just a regular old break, so. Okay, I am back. And what am I going to do now? I had a plan in my head, and then now. All right, I'm going to do beard brush just because I haven't done that yet tonight, and then I'll revisit other stuff just because why not? Like maybe some tracing. Maybe I'll do that jar noise. Actually, let's just do some plain old brushing the beard, shall we? Something like that. some tapping on the thing now. I don't know that I know about Salmonella's crosswords. I know about Salmonella's, his, I guess, school or whatever you want to call it. If I ever done any type of art before. Well, yeah, I mean, as a kid, of course, I did some stuff like, arts and crafts and the like. And my sister and I had ceramics classes as kids. I mean, I used to know how to throw pottery, using a wheel. I doubt I could do it now. And I worked for an artist for a really long time. Well, not a really long time, for a few years. Basically, I worked in a wood shop that made him things to paint on. Most of them were just panels, but some of them were kind of weird things. But so I've kind of been involved in art, but I don't know that I. I'll have to check it out, because I really like his weird, I don't know, his humorous way of talking about historical events, etc. Hey Dylan, how's it going? Now, is this Pommy Tom? Is that what that is? Pommy Tom? Hi Pommy Tom, hello? What I haven't done today, I just realized, is I haven't done any tapping on the good old chunk of wood. I've only done... Hey, Pommy Tom. Didn't I say hi already? Well, I'll say it again. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Plus, I'm not sure how things go sometimes with the weird latency delay thing that goes on because of... when I say things is not when you hear them, right? There's quite a bit of a time lag. Oh, you don't need to apologize, Dylan. I'm glad you came by, though. Let's do a little bit of slower tapping, then I'll move to the big old chunk of wood. Use that big old chunk of wood, or the good old chunk of wood, or whatever it is we're going to call it. All right, first with my pads and my fingers. Yeah, I have had weird dreams like that, Javon. I'm not sure what to make of them. Not all that often, but I mean, the bad thing for me is that they're never anything that's really significant or meaningful. It's always just some weird little trivial thing that's like, oh, wait a minute, that happened in my dream last night. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You know? I wish I had better advice for you, Javon, but as long as they're not causing you any kind of anxiety, I wouldn't worry about it. But if they start causing you anxiety, I'm not sure how to advise you, but I would, talk to a doctor maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of the things that I have had in my dreams where it's been somewhat prophetic or something. Like I say prophetic only in the sense that it's because, wait, that was in my dream and it happened before the thing that actually happened. But I don't feel like I've gotten anything that I could use, you know what I mean? That would be like helpful to anybody or anything, you know what I mean? It's just like weird stuff. Yeah, I've had unusual conversations in dreams too, although I usually don't remember conversations much. Yeah, there very well could be, James. I mean, the whole thing we experience, right? That's, like the whole Matrix thing and, the whole lot of things have gotten into that whole idea about, like, that we're kind of trapped in our heads, aren't we? You know what I mean? It's like the very brain that is the thing that that we use to experience the world, right? Or, that creates our experience, or however you want to think about it, is the same thing that makes our dreams for us, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, it makes sense that they might be connected, especially when it has to do with assessing, time and ramifications of time and that kind of thing. You fell asleep. Aphantasia. You're gonna have to remind me what that means. Is that the thing where your hearing and vision get kind of crossed over, where you have like a little crisscross of colors being heard, kind of thing, or certain sounds being matched to certain colors, kind of a thing? I don't know. When the powerful. Oh well, I'll do some more mic brushing because it's what time is it now? It's not even quite 10, so I'll try to do some more mic brushing at the end segment too. So if you can stay awake that long, then you'll get some more. Oh, I see, where you don't have the mind's eye kind of thing. Synesthesia, okay, right. Man, I don't know what I would do if I had the aphantasia thing, because I kind of rely on my mind's eye a lot to, think about things and imagine things. Wow, that's weird, rotting fawn. That's a very unusual thing. I can sympathize, Dylan. I mean, I think maybe sometimes the thing is just pick something that you think is an easy target that you can get out, you know what I mean? And just do it. Just so you can say, I'm going to pick one fairly easy of the many ideas and just do that one simple small thing, right? And don't worry about the rest of it. Just pick one thing. Do that one thing. And then, you know, see how it goes after that. And then maybe do just one thing, you know? Huh. Well, it's cool that you've been able to adapt, Rotting Fawn. The fractal patterns come from a thing called Fractive. It's a piece of software. I'm trying to think, did I put that in any of the? It might be in the descriptions in some of the videos, maybe. I don't know. But it's just a piece of free software that will generate softwares or fractals for you. I got a couple. I have that one. I have one called Chaos. There's another one. And then, of course, I actually got a new version of Mandelbulb. Or is it Mandelbulb or Mandelbulber? I don't remember which one I have, because they are different. I don't remember which one I have. Well, if you want to see the Mandelbulb or Bulber type stuff, that's a kind of a 3D sort of fractal thing. If you'll go to a video called Box of Box, or Box parentheses Box close parentheses, right? It's sort of a, well, whatever. It's kind of a joke on mathematical stuff in the title of it anyway. I'm really pleased with that. I'm very happy about that video. But anyway, it's got some 3D fractal in it. It keeps freezing. That sucks. Is it just your connection, or what's going on? Oh, okay. If you're thinking of an acronym, you're probably thinking of NNSBB. I think that's the only one I really use with any regularity. And it comes from a Hendrix song, Are You Experienced? And it's not necessarily stoned, but beautiful is the phrase. And I use it to describe, if you see that, it means that, in my opinion anyway, it's something that a lot of people might call trippy. And I started using it as a kind of a joke, but it amuses me still, so I'll keep doing it. It's sort of like a rating, you know what I mean? It's like so many letters. How useful is that as a rating? But because I got a lot of people that were complaining about that sometimes I'll make videos that fall into the kind of trippy umbrella or bucket or however you want to, you know. And so I figured, well, you know, if you see NNSBB and you don't like trippy stuff, then don't watch those videos. Hey, Ben, well, welcome back. I'm sorry you can't sleep. Yeah, sometimes unusual triggers. A lot of times it's just like, because I put on, sometimes I'll like literally slather on, delay and reverb and stuff in a few instances. Um, like Lapidus Mollium, which is soft stone, or it's like a totally screwed up Latin thing for saying soft stone. Um, and there's a good example of something that is trippy. Well, and so is Box of Box. Or three-layer cake, that's another one that's I'm pretty proud of, that's kind of trippy. For just a fun read, let's see, what is something that's just a fun read? Well, what kind of fun read are you looking for? Like something adventurous or just something that's... Oh, I could imagine with the ADHD thing. Well, I don't suffer from it, so I'm not... Okay, hang on a second. I missed Dylan's comment here. I suppose I just don't know where you would find such a person, Dylan. Oh, and here is a break coming, and this one is an ad break. So in 40 seconds, roughly, I will be going to the Be Right Back image again, and then I will click the button for YouTube to show some of you ads. But I'm sorry you have insomnia, Ben. That does suck. Okay, so a fun book to read. Well, I really enjoyed A General in His Labyrinth, which is by Marquez. I don't know if it's a fairly fast read, and I really enjoyed it, but it does have some heavy moments in it, you know what I mean? Because it's about, it's by Marquez, it's about Bolivar, the guy that was the revolutionary in South America that kind of freed South America from, the shackles of Spain, or, well, it's at least part of the whole thing. Yeah, the shorts were doing pretty good. I need to do more of those. It's my intent to just start making shorts out of just taking segments out of my old videos. Okay, the thing is gone, and I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back again, gang. This is gonna be an ad video or an ad break, so turn down your volume, man. Okay, gang, I am back, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just hide the break timer now because there will be no more breaks. It's just going now to the end of the show. Well, it's pretty crazy running fun. I'm not even sure what to... you seem to be, navigating your world okay, so, okay, so now what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do some more brushing. Let's just do some mic brushing. And I think that might be it. I'll do some mic brushing and then maybe the jar noise. Let's do brushing first. How about that? So I'll do some brushing. Well, I'm glad you snuck through, Quan. Well, here we go. I'm doing some brushing. Doing some brushing. Maybe a little bit of whispering here and there. I'm fine with public art. Although graffiti can be somewhat frustrating because there's going to be certain places where people are going to want to not have graffiti, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people who do graffiti that don't really care about, you know, whether you want it there or not, you know, and that can be frustrating. But in general, I think graffiti is pretty cool. Well, some of it's just, you know, well, that's the nature of it, isn't it, right? Some of it's just kind of crass and unenjoyable, I suppose, would be a word for it, but a lot of it can be pretty groovy. Brush with the beard brush. I don't know. Let's see. Now this will be really a thing now. Is that too much brushing? Oopsie daisy. This one's really getting to be complicated now, isn't it? Doing some brushing with both my beard and the microphone while I'm trying to talk at the same time now. I got to switch. And, alright, so we'll brush over there, we'll beard brush over here, and whisper over here too. I just kinked my neck again. Yikes. Oh, you know, I'll show you the bag here, just because, why not? What I do with all that stuff over here. So there's two bags. This one. Okay, I think this was the bag that was like the outer packing bag for the green suit. So it's just a plain plastic bag. It's one of those ones that has the warning on it. It's, you know, it says something about do not use, it's not a toy or whatever. I don't know if you can make that out or whatever, right? And this is, I don't remember what this came, or what came in this. I honestly don't remember. But this just did that big heavy bag. One of my top 3 animals. Hey, Saya. Alright, I'll see you, Rotting Fawn. Is that the one you were thinking of, Cape Manda? Okay, yeah, we're getting near the end, so I will do some finger tracing. going to have to start doing I'll do this trigger at this time and another trigger at another time, you know what I mean, where I kind of schedule them out. That way people will know what to expect when, maybe, I don't know. All right, let me go through the letters again, right? So we'll say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, or Z for those of you who prefer that. And all right, let me see what else. Oh, I was going to do a little bit of with the little jar. The 4-hour special stream, right? Yeah, Matt, I am working on some new music. I was hoping to have something out last week, but it didn't work out that way. So hopefully it'll be out soon. But actually, there's a couple of things in the works. But yeah, it's just finishing them and getting them ready to go out into the world, and then also with the getting a video. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. All right. The 420 stream. You know, I thought about the whole 420 stream thing, and I did some looking into it, and I think I'm not going to do that because apparently I would be risking losing my channel because YouTube is very inconsistent and seems to be kind of, well, it doesn't matter about the legality of things like weed or whatever. I'm not sure what their motivation is, but it seems like they're intolerant of such things. 24-hour stream. You know, I thought about an idea like that. You know, because like, you know, what was that one magician that did the thing where he suspended himself up in a metal box for some period of time or whatever? Or was it a metal box or was it a plastic box? I don't remember. I didn't really watch it. I just remember reading about it in the news. And I remember reading about there was an artist that did a thing where they filmed themselves in that kind of a thing, where it was like, you know, the idea was that, well, I don't know what the idea was, to be honest. It's been too long since I saw it, and I don't remember a lot of the details about it, but I don't know, it just seemed like it might be an interesting thing to just arbitrarily do, so I don't know, maybe. I have thought about doing a 24-hour stream now. But 4 hours for 40K, that doesn't seem that bad. You know, I should go check my birthday stream to make sure what I said and didn't say in it. Because I would hate to have my channel get shut down off of just having said something stupid that had to do with, you know, such things. You know, you're probably right. All right, well, there you go. We'll do a 4-hour stream when I hit 40K. Maybe I should make an announcement about that in a regular video. Okay, you guys, do you think I should do it on the Saturday night, or should we do this as a special occasion on a different time for a 4-hour stream for 40K? Well, I appreciate that sentiment, Rob, but yeah, I mean, the good news is the channel is growing, you know what I mean? And I think I'm getting better at putting stuff out consistently and the like. Well, you know, I have no idea. That's, you know, I'll take it as a compliment, but yeah, I'd like to be at 100K or more. That would be fine. Well, you're welcome, Matt. And, you know, I will go a little over just because I want to do a little bit more brushing. And we'll call that done after I do just a little bit of doing the brushing thing. So we'll close the evening out. close tonight out with just a couple of minutes of brushing. You're welcome, Ben, and I love you guys, you know? This has turned into a really groovy thing for me for Saturday nights, you know? Let's go over to this side now. Okay, gang, I'm going to call that done for tonight. And I hope everybody had a good time. I had a good time. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it was, fun, good chat, good hanging out, good triggers, fun mastermind and the whole thing. And yeah, I mean, I guess I feel like I'm forgetting something, but if I am, somebody send me a comment or whatever, and I'll rectify whatever it was that I forgot. In any case, I hope to see you guys next weekend, and there you go. Aloha, siblings.